Okay, I was browsing through the news websites just to see the latest headlines. And there I saw Cedric McMillan, the bodybuilder, 44 years old, among my favorites, okay? And he had died. I couldn't believe it. I seriously couldn't believe it because he was one of the nicest guys in bodybuilding. Always soft-spoken, always encouraging others, positive. He never played all those psychological games of putting people down, getting into fights. In fact, if he offended anyone, he would apologize. A larger-than-life character. And at first I thought, like, shit, is this like fake news? Or even though I was on CNN. But then when I saw multiple news channels reporting, I was like, no way, man. No way. And then obviously I began to dig deep as to how did he die, what happened. Long story short, he had heart-related issues, and this increased because of COVID. And on top of that, even though he had been to hospital with multiple heart-related issues, he still, he would recover, he would come out of it, he would make a social media post that, it has impacted me, affected me. He even gave a bodybuilding interview, which I saw, where he stated that, outside he looked strong, but internally it made him realize how much he needs to focus. And he knew that he had health issues. Still, he wanted to, compete. And he himself gave the reasons. If you research, you'll find out him saying on social media that there is the pressure of performing, people, sponsors, competitors, the media, the fans, they all expect you to maintain a certain level of look, a physique, and your sponsors will not pay you money if you don't show an impressive physique. Your fans will, the fans are like the weather, they change. They will just turn against you. And on top of that, this guy also suffered from body dysmorphia, to the extent where he would go for a competition on the aircraft, and when he would step out of the aircraft, he would literally say, I feel I've shrunk down. And even though people would say, what are you talking? You're so huge. He would say, no, I feel I've shrunk down. And even though his heart couldn't handle it, see, because remember this much, your heart is designed to support your natural body. It is pumping blood. But if you pack on more mass, more meat, it has to work even harder. See, as it is, the heart never stops beating. But now it has to pump like crazy, And then on top of that, he was an athlete. On top of that, he was lifting heavy weights. And then he just died. Now you might be thinking that this is only with top athletes. Like we saw Flexatron Sean, even he was in his 40s. We saw Triple H retire from wrestling because he had a heart issue. So I'm pretty sure you will be tempted to say, yeah, this is only those athletes. Well, you're wrong. I'll tell you, you're seriously wrong. I wouldn't have made this video had it not been for the example that I have to share. This happened yesterday. I spoke with a long-time client of mine, long time. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm not going to give her details. She was my client in Dubai, and she used to attend my seminars and gatherings at home and all that. I used to do it at home. And I'll tell you, I've known this lady for, I don't know, yeah, as long as I can remember. I've known her from, I don't know, 15 years, more. And I'll tell you, I've seen her literally grow old. And what do I mean by that? When 10 years ago, when she was attending my seminars and events, she had a certain amount of, like beauty on her face, glow, joy, happiness. She was happy. I wouldn't say she was perfectly happy, but you could make out she had the glow. Now I saw her after literally, I think 15 years or so, and 10 years, sorry, 10 years. And she had actually approached me for making her profile, because she wanted to apply for a new job. And that time we were just speaking on audio, so I didn't see her face, nothing. But as I was talking to her, I was asking her simple questions like, what is your role in your current company? What are you doing? Because obviously I need to rebrand the profile, make it like amazing. Okay, for a different company, you need a different strategy, different position, go higher, you got a higher level, it's different. You go for, let's say for example, from a logistics company, you go to a real estate company, it has to, there are a lot of changes that have to be made. Not bluffing or bullshitting, but the way you communicate or sell yourself. So I was doing all this and I was asking her, okay, so what have you done? And to my surprise, I'm asking her, what have you done? Okay? And she's not able to answer the question. She's like, she was just thinking, and I found it very strange because she occupied a very senior position and she was always articulate. Imagine she's dealing with top-notch CEOs and directors where obviously you need to be fluent with how you speak. You can't say, think and be lost. So as I was asking a question like, so what do you do and what are you doing right now, and what is the one thing that stands out, or which part of the department are you dealing? She was really struggling to answer. It kind of struck me and I just kept quiet. But I didn't say anything to her. Okay, fine. So after the session got over, I was waiting up for the follow-up session. Now, I have many clients. I don't follow up. You have to follow up with me. And once you tell me, okay, I'm ready, you have the next session. So I'm not like a coach that babysits people. Oh, did you complete your homework? Did you do this? Did you do that? No. You're on a grown-up. I deal only with adults. So I was waiting for her to get back. Primarily because I know her from years and we are close. Others I don't bother. So she didn't get back and I totally forgot about it. Yesterday, as I was sorting out things in my room, the digital cleanup, I clean up everything. 2 days ago I was doing that. That's why there was no video for 24 hours. So that time I suddenly remembered her even. I was like, oh, she didn't get back to me. It has been quite some time. Like, why? So finally I got in touch with her and I said, hey, what's happening with your profile, and did you apply for the job, and what happened? So she just gave a response, Loy, nothing, I didn't get the job. The vacancy got closed. So I was like, okay, did you apply? So she said, yeah, I applied. So I was like, okay, just show me what did you do with your profile, because she didn't get back to me, So I was like, I just want to see what changes have you made, or because I was supposed to work on the changes. She has paid me money, but okay. She said, okay, I'll get in touch with you after I freshen up. Okay, fine. So after maybe an hour or so, the video came on, and lo and behold, I saw her. And I'll tell you, the first thing I noticed about her is she had aged. Like, instead of say 5 years, she aged 20 years. Her eyes were badly sunk in, it was dark. Her face had developed a lot of black marks, and it was Could clearly make out she was in tremendous amount of stress, pain, and the fact is she was not happy. She was not at all happy. I could make out. And I told her, like, I don't know what has been happening with you, but I can definitely make out there's something bothering you. There's something heavy. You can tell me. And no sooner did I tell her that, she kind of broke down and she was crying. And so I let her, get herself together. And then she told me that the work pressure was too much. The company that she was working for was too toxic. The relationships that she was having were terrible. I mean, there were so many expectations and so many shoes she had to fill. As a daughter, as a wife, as a mother, as a friend, and she was relating to me all these pressures. And the fact that she didn't want to go to work. She really didn't. She didn't want to. She just didn't want to, like, literally go through all these stress and pressures of life. She just wanted silence and, cool, calm, just calm, just silence. I listened to what she had to say. And finally I told her, see, my dear, you're pushing yourself too much, too much. Yes, there are bills to pay. Yes, there are challenges to meet. But if you don't take care of yourself physically, and physically you're deteriorating so rapidly, you'll be hospitalized. And she did tell me then later on that she was hospitalized for mental breakdown or health issues. I told her, and then, have you taken a break? She said, no, I had to go back to work. I finally gave her my list of suggestions. But then the question is, would she follow it? That's a big question. And that is something I have no control over, and obviously I can't do anything. You can only tell someone, right? See, why am I sharing this example? The stress and pressure of life, whether it is relationships, love, whether it is money, whether it is work, whether it is even something as superficial as maintaining an image. Like in the case of Cedric McMillan, it was not superficial, it was his livelihood. But he had to do it because, how will he earn? But now, you might say, Loy, what is the solution? He doesn't have any. No, he does. What is the only solution? Death or do this? Come on, man. Is it only one thing that he can do? There's no other career he can do. He can't coach people. He can't do guest routing. He can't do seminars. He can't ask for help. He can't try another business, another line of work. What, there's only one career left in this world? Even with this girl, is this the only thing that she has? I mean, is it like being hospitalized, dead, or in a coma versus earning money? I mean, that's not much of an option, right? And then you work until you one day collapse, get a heart attack, or it all comes down to what are your priorities? What do you believe is worth doing? There are some people who do daredevil stunts, and I know there was this one daredevil. He jumped from, the Grand Canyon has this shape, round shape, which has been shown in many movies. There was this guy, actually you can check on YouTube. He stood up to jump down, and it'll go like a circular thing, like a pendulum. But he jumped. Turned out that they miscalculated the length of his bungee cord. He went and splat, died. There are people who do stunts which cost them their life, and pranks, and so there are some people who like even this Nutty Putty cave. This guy, you know, these cave divers, they go, you can't crawl, you have to literally crawl with this thing rubbing your face. They go under stones and rocks and caves. This guy went and he fell into a cave where he was hanging and they couldn't pull him out because it was too narrow. And he died just being held like this in a narrow this thing. Just imagine. He knew, everyone knows the risk. People go underwater diving. But these are hobbies. Okay, fine. There's no cure for this kind of frill, stupidity, whatever. But then, what about work? You might say that I need to earn money, right? Yeah, need to earn money to the extent where you'll be hospitalized. I know people who have got, the seizure. No, sorry. Half their face gets paralyzed. I can't get the name. Because of a blood clot in their brain. You get a heart attack. There's so many things, man. The question is it worth it? Anyway, I can't answer the question for you guys, but all I can tell you is, as long as you're useful, people will talk to you, communicate with you, But the day you're hospitalized and gone, everybody vanishes. So don't have a life where everything that you worked for will now be spent to repair your health. Because when the body can't take it anymore, maybe the mind can take it, but when the body cannot take it anymore, it will shut down. And that is the biggest challenge. Boxers, MMA fighters, athletes, that's what they have. That's the problem they have. They don't know when to stop. They don't know when to quit. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know what do you think. All right, you guys take care.